You're very welcome back now. At this stage, we've met a good percentage of the country's newest businesses, but not satisfied with that, we wanted to have a more hands-on involvement in the success of Ireland's budding entrepreneurs.
And so the Ireland AM Start Your Own Business idea was born with the support of Fit Business and the Irish Daily Star. We're offering anybody out there with an original business idea the chance to put our money where your mouth is. Well, actually some of your money too. Anyway, the whole idea is to help people get started with a new business, and over the coming few weeks we'll be shortlisting 5 finalists, and the winner will receive a prize of €50,000. Well, €50,000 worth of help and advice and start-up, all the paraphernalia that goes with that. The person behind this is somebody who you will know quite well, of course, because it's Fiona McLaughlin, who is from Fit Business, and of course we also know her from PropertySeller.ie. Good morning, Fiona.
Good morning.
The many strings to your bow never cease to amaze us.
There you go.
Okay, tell us about this. What is it about? What's it going to do? How do people get involved in it?
Okay, well basically it's a start your own business competition. I've been involved in a number of setting up a number of businesses over the last few years. I know most people will know me on this show from PrivateSeller.ie, but I took some time off over the summer to complete 2 other projects that I was heavily involved in, one being this one. And I've been involved in advising people and presenting to people within sort of network groups over the last number of years. But I've met this fantastic business partner who's an absolute whiz, Polly Eakin, on the financial side of things, and she does management accounting and that type of thing. And we're just absolutely loving at the moment going into businesses that are start-up businesses and businesses that are in trouble, and saying, look, there is hope. Look at your figures will tell you an awful lot, and then giving them the tools and skills to be able to do something about that. So it's not about reporting and running. So then I came up with the idea that, you know, maybe we could do this on a broader scale, you know, and thinking back to the amount of times that I have set up businesses and the things that you need at the start that are no reflection of your ability really, but that if you had those supports, how much easier it would be to actually set up.
Fiona, but are the enterprise boards not supposed to do that?
Yes, and they played their part, and I'm actually going through a high potential startup process with Enterprise Ireland on a different project myself at the moment. But we're going to help the ones that maybe aren't getting support from Enterprise or need more help, you know, and this is a quicker process, you know, it's not a prolonged process. This is going to be an intense sort of 5 weeks
of help
for the 5 shortlisted candidates.
The prize that the winner, the overall winner, is going to get here, it's worth 50 grand, the whole package.
Yeah.
Tell us what is actually in it to help the business.
It's so exciting. I mean, the sponsors that have come on board, it was relatively easy to get them on board. They were just so supportive. We have a range of stuff going from €21,500 worth of advertising from the Daily Star, which is absolutely fantastic. I know, I wish I had it. €12,000 worth of sales coaching and sales training from Sandler Trailing, and that basically is there's 12 coaching sessions, either face-to-face or over the phone, and then there's 50 1.5-hour sales training sessions which take place at Car Communications in Dublin or online if the applicants or the shortlisted guys are from outside of Dublin. So that's 50 1.5-hour sessions on sales
if they take on staff, they can bring the staff.
They can either train themselves or pass on the training to staff. You know, there's so much that they can do with that. Then we have €6,000 worth of virtual office services from Kendall Bell, and that's basically for the first 2 years you're not going to need a receptionist or even a place of work kind of thing.
But
if you're going to be working outside.
Waste a lot of your time doing all that administrative stuff when you should be out there beating the bushes looking for business.
So instead you're going to have somebody that'll take calls for you, that'll transfer calls to you, that will do a diary for you, and you'll have access to a remote diary and be able to access this yourself via the internet. You have access to 10 hours of their boardroom, and actually their boardroom is where we're doing the boot camp or workouts with the shortlisted candidates. CD Soft then are providing 4 laptops and a backup service, and basically they're going to design and implement that in situ wherever you're based, and they'll obviously give you backup support as well. Now, I remember one of the most frustrating things for me when I started out at a very early stage, I used to suffer from what I used to call IT rage. I'd be in the middle of a really productive morning and something would happen with the computer, and I would just feel like taking the computer and throwing it out the window. So once I got to the stage where I was able to pay for, that online backup or that backup service. It was such a relief. So that's a real worry that people don't have to worry about. And then we obviously have £4.5 grand's worth of website production and again support as well.
You can't even consider launching a business now without
no, absolutely not. And I hope to do a whole slot on website design, because this is another one of my bugbears. Apart from estate agents, there are other consumer issues that annoy me.
Spending fortunes on it.
Absolute
and then
fortunes.
You see other people getting incredible web designs for half nothing from students, which Ryanair, of course, famously did years ago.
There's such a range of options out there at the moment, and people are still being ripped off with website production and getting websites, paying huge money for websites. And the key here is for websites that will never be found by search engines. So they're still being built in Flash, still being built in systems that the person has to go back to the web developer to edit one word on it.
We know what the prize is now. We know what the lucky people are getting.
That's all
how
the detail.
Do they get their hands on it? How do they apply?
Okay, basically they can apply online on TV3's website or through the Daily Star. There's an application form in the Daily Star every single day. Or they can apply to info@fitbusiness.ie. What we're looking for is 500 words, basically telling us about your idea.
It's your 500-word pitch.
Yes. Now, it's very short. If somebody has a business plan, by all means send it in along with the 500 words. But in order to shortlist, we really do need a snapshot of what the business is about.
All right, well, that's straightforward enough. Terms, eligibility. Who's eligible, who isn't?
Okay, well, what we're looking for is either a new business idea, something that hasn't been started, somebody has been waiting for the prod or the motivation to actually go and do something about a good idea that they've had, or a fledgling business. And really what we mean by a fledgling business is a business that hasn't been trading for more than one full financial year. So really, somebody who hasn't been trading for more than 2 years effectively.
Okay.
The deadline for the applications is the 22nd of October, which is a great day, my birthday, which is next Thursday. And
that's a big hint there.
Just reminding all my family out there.
Everyone who's applying, send in a birthday card. You might be better off.
And the winner then is announced on the 10th of December. And then we're going to follow that winner as well after the winner has been announced and see how they do and see if we've picked the right person and put ourselves under a bit of pressure as well, with the follow-up supports.
And there are a lot of people out there with good ideas, and smart people will go, well, hang on a second now, I share my idea and it may not necessarily suit this project. What about copyright?
Excellent question.
All that sort of
question.
stuff.
And actually in some of the applications, not a lot of them, but on a couple of occasions this issue has come up. So we have a trademark, a patent and a trademark attorney, McLaughlin and Donaldson. I always say that name wrong, but it's McLaughlin and Donaldson from Dublin, and they're willing to give a free initial consult to anybody that's concerned about whether they need to protect what it is that they're going to share or not. They're also going to be giving us a hand at the boot camp on November.
Okay, so if somebody has what they think is a real winner of an idea that may not necessarily be suitable for this, but they're worried about it being robbed.
Because I've been there as well, so we fully understand
if
that.
someone has an ex-Velcro, don't worry, you can help them.
Well, look, TV3 and the Daily Star are involved in it, and you're involved in it, all companies who have, very reputable reputations, and we couldn't get involved with something where that was going to happen.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
Not going to happen.
Absolutely.
But, okay, it's understandable that people might have a worry.
We'll protect people, absolutely.
The deadline is?
The deadline is the 22nd of October. And
we'll be announcing who it is on the 10th of December.
There'll be 5 shortlisted contestants basically, and we'll be meeting each of those on the couch each week, and then the following week we'll have the winner.
Thank you very much indeed.
Looking forward to it.
Wish you well with it.
Should be very exciting.
Great tights, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Cobalt
and shoes. Now it's time to take off the shoes.
The sitting down shoes, yeah. Okay, for full details of this competition and the wonderful prize on offer, go to tv3.ie/Ireland AM, and of course you can also buy a copy of the Daily Star.
1 in 2 women over 50